Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Sogdia as part of the Crusader Kings 2 When the World Stopped Making Sense mod. This is a short-term mini-series, and this is the fifth and last episode for this day of the post. All the other episodes, so episodes 1, 2, 3, and 4 are now available. So I don't know if this will be the last episode I'll film for this series, or we could just go a little bit longer, but not too long, because I found out that the end date of When the World Stopped Making Sense is actually the same as our Crusader Kings 2, which is 1453. That's the end date, and there is just no way in heck am I gonna drag this particular series on, because I have other ones that I have to work on, such as the ongoing CK2 HIP Prussia series, which is still ongoing. By the way, you can check it out already if you haven't on this playlist on my channel. And also all the other possible side projects that I may work on that relates to grand strategy games like these, made by Paradox Interactive. Which, again, I not only play Crusader Kings 3, which I'm on hiatus right now until the next update or DLC or whatnot. And Crusader Kings 2, I already told you about the current commitment. Imperator Rome with the ongoing Pontus series, the Zoroastrian Republic. And as for other possible side projects, you may never know that I may do a EU4 series for the first time ever. It's just, I haven't really decided yet if I really want to commit my time to it, because to me, that's going to make all the schedule, topsy-turvy and whatnot. With what am I going to work on, and then should I focus on this one, and what is this day, and what do you schedule, when are you going to post a video on this particular day and week, and that? See? It's just a lot of work. So I have to finish one of them, and this is one of them. Just don't know if it'll be in this episode or a few more will do. But again, it's not going to be a long-term series. If I wanted to do a long-term series involving this overhaul mod, I can only imagine two scenarios that I would have to either do. Because people who've done a video series on this overhaul mod of When the World Stopped Making Sense, they usually do it over in Europe. And yet, I hardly see anyone play as either the Sassanids, which in this particular playthrough, Sassanids no longer exist. It's been taken over by the Jamshid dynasty. Did the Sassanids really all died out? Yes! Yes, they did. No living descendants of the Sassanids. Well, rest in peace. But anyways, as I said, if I wanted to do a long-term When the World Stopped Making Sense series, I want you people to give me an opinion. Like, should I really do that? But that's only if I were to finish the Prussia series first, knowing I'll be done with this one soon. Because I've shown off everything there is to do as a Sogdian culture. With the whole Unite Sogdiana as the Xanate of Sogdiana. And showed you the Sogdian fair. And a little bit of the Kodermazta faith, which that one doesn't get enough recognition. Crusader Kings 2. So if I wanted to do a long-term series, I would probably have to, far in the future, put up a poll or something. Because I said, too many people who have had this mod play as either of these countries, so I'd like to stay off of that. Stay off their lane. I prefer, again, I'm more of an Eastern-oriented person in terms of what do I like to play as and whatnot. Like, to me, it would have to be either the Sassanids or the Guptas. Don't know about the Templites, because that one is in a much precarious position because of the two empires that want to expand in, especially if it's done by the vassal of the Guptas. So again, it's just a suggestion, and if you people really want me to do that in some other series in the future, just let me know. But for now, well, Sogdia is fully united in the sense of we united all these Sogdian cultures here. Except the one over there in Hotan, which is its own thing. Which that one we just gotta leave alone. Plus it's ruled by the Shakan people. It's just Sogdian Buddhists that reside there. And right now over in Oshurusana, there's raiders that are still sitting there and looting. They haven't moved out. And I wanted to drive them out because the previous attempts failed because we couldn't organize it correctly. And the liberator, Vakuman, died in comatose in bed. But clearly he lost his mind during his late years. We cannot deny his contributions to the Sogdian people. He unified the people to prove to the world that we are not cowardly merchants. We can both fight and can do business. And we excel at both. But now we have another ruler who can do just that. And he's ambitious, brave, charitable, and proud. Although I like to think the proud part is due to his patriotism. So, he's a true Sogdian Patriot who is an ambitious but charitable man. But keep in mind, since, intrigue is up there for him, all the other skills, I will soon choose the Patron Angel and Patron Deity. As you know, about the Kurmasta faith, it is basically in scholarly or academic circles, it is known as Sogdian Zoroastrianism. So first things first. Oh, and also I already took my father's body up to the mountains for it to be fed by the vultures in a sky burial, which is a Zoroastrian tradition that was started by the Sassanids, I think. I think they're the ones that invented that idea through the Venedidat, right? Any of you Zoroastrian viewers or even Iranian viewers that may know these traditions, hope I'm correct on that little factoid. But now, let's choose a personal angel from the Amesha Spentas. Honestly, I'd rather solve things diplomatically. And we'll soon welcome the Jews back in. Diplomacy would be high enough by then. Okay. Despite being a child of a concubine. But he chose me. We do an elective system around here. Need something with more learning. Ah, here it is. The Spirit of Serenity. I know it reduces stewardship, but we're going to go up on the learning of it. So that's for starts. And now, the patron deity of the many lesser deities of the Zavanan faith. Let me see. My martial is high enough. Should we go for Desi just like the last time? Or just add more learning? Because when you have more learning skill, you can get the technology points a little bit faster. So give me Zurvan, God of Time. Now let's put together the council, as we only have the Moipat here. Oh yeah, commander who's... Oh yeah, these are my commanders. I don't want to use them, even though they're all old, so they won't be around by then. My court physician, which... He's a drunk. Great. You're a courtier, not a commander, so we'll put you in. The whole Tokshanbog will be him. And finally, the spy master will be Kushanakanak. He's a shrewd and master schemer. And he wants to be a spy master? Well, you're gonna get it. Unfortunately, the Queen Mother, who's a Tokharian, which wasn't it Bakuman's, or was it Princess Borana? One of these two women, who became designated, no, became a regent, and then subsequently gave away Bukhara to an Altaba, which I'm gonna need that to say, hey, give me this, but he'll say maybe. Huh. Or we could just incite a revolt plot where we could just stir it up and just make him rebel towards me, and I have a reason to revoke him. Because I can't just revoke him off of it. Vassals would get mad, and that's tyranny. But if we can start, incite that man to revolt, then it'll work. Bought a hair cloth. Only cowards and pansies wear silk. Real men wear hair cloth. You're wearing a turban. What are you talking about? Oh, he hosted a Sogdian fair in Bukhara. I see. Because you got all that money. Now that I thought about it, I think inciting a revolt from him is a good idea. Even though I'm a military man at heart and had some prior duel experiences in addition to being a defender and a desert expert, I'm thinking about going for intrigue. Because I did reduce the intrigue skill a bit then. Again, I want that man rid of. Not murder, just add more to incite revolt plot. So I'm doing something rather dishonest, despite the fact that I would love to follow Asha, truth, which is to pick up the honest trade, so that won't happen, since I've made my intentions known. Let me see. Oh, there's no one better than him. Oh, and also another order. Welcome the Jews back, in which I will possibly gain the sympathy for Jewish religions, which isn't going to bother me none. Because, you know, Sogdian Zoroastrians are adaptive, so they'll tolerate anyone. Except for a select few. Namely pagans, who are raiding our land. Jews have been banned from my realm for some time, but strangely this seems to have no effect on many of the malices they were thought were responsible for, such as famines and disease. By now, most Jews seem to have forgiven my offenses, and I have decided to welcome them back with open arms. Mistakes were made, let us not dwell on them. And I may borrow money in case of emergencies, especially when it comes to great trade league business, which the influence has been very awfully low. Well, to be fair, there's a plague, easy for me to say, out there, and it's killing everybody. It's killing off their memberships, thus lowering the influence with the lack of trades. And it's still ongoing over most of Europe and Africa. It killed off a good portion of its members. Back in our day, they were a lot more influential. Now it's reduced. Which means that going to the market is going to require a lot of assets, so don't bother. And don't bother holding a Sogdian fair. The money's going elsewhere. Such as building up our military. Such as these walls. So let's use a Spabo to reinforce faster. Which again, it's still having supernatural events, people claim. And there's a small migration and trade curtail, so we're not getting as much good taxes as usual. And currently our migration policy is under what I believe to be his extermination, because excuse me, had a big ass lunch. That a predecessor of Akuman, when he lost his mind while he was a coma, his final orders was to exterminate those foreigners. Now listen, I'm trying to be a nice man here, but I'm doing a little bit of intrigue, because a little intrigue doesn't hurt. I can always follow Asha later. It's just I want him rid of, and take Bakara back, and that'll give me more taxes and more levies. Levies that we need to drive these raiders out. Because they have not moved anywhere. They haven't even moved into Samarkand. If they did, we're screwed. And plus, if there's any Jewish characters around here, then they'll be happy to be here. And also, I'm currently betrothed to this person who I'm expected to marry in 2 years. She's attractive too. May not look like it now, but you just have to wait. Also, we're gonna need taxes. Don't incite revolt yet, because we don't have that kind of manpower. And neither does he. Just wait a while. Oh, and what is my ambition finally? Don't know about seeing our own prosper. Strengthen the Kurmas to faith, which the moral authority isn't there. Or in fact, it's never there to begin with. What do I have? Panji Kent. I have the Sogdia. Oh yes, I own this line. I forgot. Silly me. But honestly, I kind of want a better chancellor. Which you can invite a diplomat, but it's gonna cost you a little bit of money and some prestige, which I have a lot of. So give me a diplomat. Ah, come on, that's the best you've got. Give me another. He's silver-tongued. He's a game master. He's dour, unfortunately. Should be more cheerful. You'll be the new Bozog Vamada. What do you need it for? Why are you called the Sonono So? Oh, you changed your culture. You're no longer a Teplite. You're a Hunas. Right. I forgot because the majority population is there. Not Teplite. Originally he was called the Raja de Raja, King of Kings. And it appears he's no longer zealous, so maybe we could finally improve relations. Send him to there. And sway him. And I could join one of his wars, which he's going for the vassalization war of this tiny area, which he'll get it. And finally, I guess we'll try to go for this. I mean, I would love to go traveling, but not right now. Get those raiders out and I'll survey the realm. So finally getting this over with. Now that I have a migrant to my domain, it is time to select a policy regarding the settlements. Yeah, we once did integration and sometimes did more bad than good, but however, they've been curtailed for the longest time, but now it's small migration because they split up. And now some have come to Samarkand. This will test my diplomacy, which it will be improved upon in future, so let's go for integration. I'll try to be a better man than my father is regarding the migrants here. After all, I'm charitable. Now that I have the intrigue skill and the focus, spy on him first before you even think about inciting a possible revolt. I and my trusted snoops and sneaks will keep a very close eye on the activities of Atabar Ravans of Bukhara. A close eye indeed. Wonder what secrets he's hiding. I just want to improve my intrigue skill a little bit. They've gone. They finally left. And now we're going to deal with these goofs. What did I tell you about using that word? Thank the gods they finally left the country. Even though they left it in ruins. Oh, that's where they went. I didn't see them leave first time. They probably got bored and decided, okay, let's go home. Oh, my rally points there. Fine. Now they're just waiting for Ghana. Find myself touring in Pavas province. When word reaches me that a band of ruffians terrorizes local farmers, I remember Zarathustra, preaching not only to live righteously, but also actively fight evil when one can. They'll handle it themselves. I can't spend the money. I would love to fight them, but... Who are you? Oh, hell. Process signs mark you as Ekshid of impressibilities. I have an offer for you to which to ensure lasting peace between us. Let me rule the county of CK2 in your name, and no one shall dare touch it again. We don't have the kind of manpower to fight a war against them. In time we will, but... But they're currently raiding. They'll soon turn around and they'll be eyeing on us. It's a tempting offer. But I know what to do. It's like, sure, we'll give him land, and use my intrigue to get rid of that man, and then get my money back. Shady dealing. Or just declare war and beat him up, but knowing that his reinforcements are endless. It's a tempting offer, so I'll just say, CK2's a fine county, indeed. It could be yours for the right price. Again, we're a merchant race. Gotta make a profit somehow. So, listen, you've looted my land, and now we would like to have some of that money that you raided from our coffers. Now, hope you like the offer. I have considered your offer together with my closest advisors, and I am afraid to say I'm not entirely pleased with your terms. CK2 is a fine county, but not worth the price you demand. May I suggest more of a reasonable sum of 385 gold pieces? What else did he steal? The wool, of course. And since he's a pagan... If you can't do and tolerate what you would have. But he's brave and charitable like me. But militarily, we can't handle him. So, if you're unsure, priest, I must agree. Okay. Give me the money. Now it's become quartermaster. And of course, that means he's bringing his own kin along. Remember the poisoning relations thing, regarding this man where we're allowed to decide to revolt? Maybe we should do the same thing. The other alternative is antagonize him. So it's like, yes, you got your land, got what you want. That further weakens my strength, but we'll get that county back. We'll get it back. Now that we have the funds. We can use it for training grounds. Oh yeah, the opinion of predecessor. And you're zealous, that's bad. Well, give me a holy man. Oh yeah, I'm not pious enough. Fine by me. Let's just go beat the Raiders. Oh no, they left. Oh yes, I forgot. We're no longer targets of any Raiders for 10 years, which is the deal. So you are now a proper Kurmasta. Don't spy on the guy, we can incite him to revolt later. What I would like to know is the dirt on that man. Raided Samarkand. Oh, by the way, you're going to be dealing with some immigrants here, which, they're quite troublesome. At times. As I said, I want that land back. You can't just straight up murder him. But find some dirt on him, which is doubtful. He just got here. And be careful. And that's why we gotta build up our forces in the future. Basically, this episode is kind of like, get off of my land. I want Bukhara back. Now I gotta get Kuta back. We're kind of isolating ourselves here. Not a good start, but I'm gonna do some spying and prove my intrigue. What's your education going to be? Diplomacy. Gotta work at our own pace. I've found nothing new and useful about Doulun of Kotel. As my shady informed point out, there's nothing preventing me from making stuff up. The bigger the lie. He likes to bathe in the blood of virgins. Brilliant. He didn't know I started those vicious rumors. Just to say, hey, this guy is a no good Xianbei. Sure, he may be brave and charitable, so he seems like a nice guy, but in the inside, he's full of hate. Hate for those stronger than me. Hate for those stronger than him, I should say. Oh, damn it. He listens to others, so that doesn't matter. It's almost like oblivious. And you possibly may want to reconsider about antagonizing him. Like, if you two get into a duel, he'll beat me. I think I know what I'm going to save up my money on next. A daring vessel. In a most daring move, Doulun is forcefully demanding that I will cede privileges, claiming that he is a most loyal subject and as such deserves a reward. Truth is, he thinks he's powerful enough to make a demand instead of request. Whispers of rebellion upon denial will also... See what I mean? I told you he's bad! Grant him privileges. I don't care how powerful he is, I shall not be blackmailed. He didn't start a war. See, I told you there was something wrong with him. Yeah, they were raiding Samarkand, and now those migrants living in Samarkand now raid Balkh. And migrants in Samarkand seems they're in the process of being assimilated by the culture and religion. Thus the size of the group is getting smaller. Good. They're one of us now. So, they basically left Samarkand. This place has been raided. And it's not that big. Anyways, being such an industrious world, I've not gone unnoticed by the population of Oshrasana. By paying the county elders a personal visit, they would surely be inspired, and the peasants would be particularly appreciated. A small donation would also go a long way, of course. Well, time for me to visit the county. That means they're going to work on building it faster. "53 members. See, more are joining. Hope we could find common ground, unlike my predecessor. Increase council power. I totally forgot about this venue here. So wants more autonomy. And of course, most of the supporters came from him. I think these days are really helping getting Tormund to know me and appreciate me better. We have passed most of our time in my palace, discussing the most disparate activities. We still have them, so I don't think you should be afraid of blackmail. This is probably our chance to get rid of them. Have more land to myself. Even though it would also be a little hard to control. But ideally, I would rather have Vakar. I wish they joined the revolt too. So do not fret. Planning your visits filled me with purpose. Don't give in to blackmail. Just a thought. Talking about the others. No. Political concerns. Because we've been expanding. That's why. Cannot form an alliance because opinion. Same for him. If it's related to non-aggressive pact and opinion. And our revolts keep happening over there. Because, you know, that's how often happens. So, I don't know if they'll be here to be with us for any longer. But it will most definitely help us to get rid of that guy. and then eventually get Bukhara back. I don't know about getting rid of him. This man's got negative money. So all I could say is, yeah, bring it on. I'll hire mercenaries if I have to. Sorry. Can't deal with them your time. What are you? What are you doing? You are attacking Coptic Pope Alexandros in the migratory invasion of the Maphosite papacy. What? He wants to take the bishopric over in Alexandria. You really think that far, do you? Well, one thing's for certain, it's going to keep him off of my business. The real question is, are they really going to go for this? Are they seriously really going all the heck way to Alexandria? I mean, they could definitely win that war, but what on earth? Anyways, looking at the map, my eyes fix the province of Samarkand. It would be interesting to use my martial skill and impress the people there. I will travel with a single escort across the province, visiting the most important places and talking with the local leaders there. I'll move my people by my courage and my availability. Yes, sounds like a plan. I am brave. Even though that we know the area is kind of like, as we said, the lands of Sogdiana is kind of like the American Wild West. Because some places are more restless than others. So, pick my best bodyguard and go. Besides having a brave personality, the success of the event depends on the character's martial which. Who are you to question it? The people, my people, looked at me in awe as I walked among them, speaking directly and frankly. With a martial attitude, I was almost received as a god. Samarkand local leaders have a new message spread about me. I am an impressive leader. I guess high skills of certain helps. I'm an amateur schemer because of, spreading rumors. I haven't picked up the deceitful trait, which I don't know if it will be necessary, knowing it's going to knock down my diplomacy. There we go. Got rid of the smuggler's ring. Now all there is left is a highway robber band up there. Yeah, I remember you. Majesty. For piety and prestige gain. When is your birthday this September? Is it possible you're going to be married to a zealous Buddhist? That sounds like a bad idea. Or should I say, yeah, this is going to be from a book of bad ideas. Walls of Panji Kent is finished. Yep, Eastern Europe's been ravaged by the plague, which, obviously that's still ongoing over there. Good to know. Won't be sending any caravans because I ain't got any to begin with. Our survey of the land points to several locations where a new settlement can be founded, one of which happens to be within your domain. The Great Trade League is ready to support a new city, should you choose to participate in its construction. Build this city? There's room, but I don't think I would have the money for that. Guess here would be logical, but seems the threat of a possible revolt is going away now. We already have a non-aggression pact between us, but a zealous Buddhist. Great. Attractaton Ko calls me an infidel. Just give me the money. Now I'm gonna have to start swaying you, since I already got the other guy on his good side. You'll be spabot. And only married you because of your looks. And I guess the word Ekshid also applies to females too. Okay, now I'll start spying on this guy who want him to revolt. Oh, I know what to do with that money. I just remembered. Search for a smith. I need a weapon. It's a rat! It's a rat! Oh boy. I'll just say I will feel sympathy for my brothers and sisters. The rats. Just surprised at a rat. I hunched back. We'll hear from the weaponsmith in just a moment. Oh my goodness, are you really going all the way over there? Don't you have infinite supplies? Hey, since you're all the way over there, we could just nab them, take the land right here, right now. But, no, I haven't done anything wrong yet. Makes me want to antagonize them and incite them to revolt right now. Yeah, I'll calm down myself. Didn't get wounded. Only because I had enough money. Now, my Spabo Durak told me a remarkable weaponsmith residing in touch. He suggests I invite the man to my court to see his work for myself. If he managed to impress me, I could order my own custom-made item. Fine idea. Once the weaponsmith's craftsmanship has been checked by most knowledgeable tenants to ensure the qualities. He ensured the quality was sufficient. I proceeded to my throne. He introduced himself as Master Bodadasa. Gesture toward his new assistant, who all carried the example of his own. Does my action have anything special in mind? Think. What kind of military are we, oriented-wise? more towards heavy infantry. I've always been one for axes. An axe, I see. Excellent choice by Ekshid, says Master Bodadasa. Calls for Ward Sister carrying several axes in his arms. I have a couple of examples here. One must determine what one needs and how much one is willing to pay. Till they all serve your highness well. Oh my goodness! High quality axe for this much? Get a loan. It'd be well worth the investment. It's so hard to think about what I could do to endear Exit Vongu Fedri to me. I'm already so perfect. After all, why would anyone need encouragement in order to enjoy the pleasure of being in my good graces? I'll write a letter about it. Show off. For me, she's very flattered by the touch I give her, and I hope she remains with my good graces longer still. How gracious of her. This zealous Buddhist. And now they call me the Fearless, which was the original nickname of Vakuman, my father. But they call me the Fearless because of my bravery. Finally, the axe has been completed. Master Bodhisattva has brought me a sturdy box which contains the item. My hands are shaking slightly as I open a heavy lid. This is excellent. This is the Sogdian battle axe. An excellently crafted battle axe made at the behest of Exshid Fereedun of Sogdiana by Bodhisattva. See what I mean? It ups the heavy infantry effectiveness up. And so does the personal combat skill. Up to 40. But it seems he improved his. Because he became cruel, wrathful, and arbitrary as of late. He exterminated innocents. Oh my goodness, he went on a policy of extermination against these migrants that live here. And he's looking for, allegedly, a white tiger. Although, back in the day, tigers did exist in Sogdian lands. They were called Capsian tigers back then. They were extinct since the early 20th century, I believe. So yeah, there are tigers here. It's possible that you could find them. But I'm not going to go hunting for them. No, I'm working on my intrigue. This is probably going to be a mistake, possibly, because I'm about to antagonize this man. Even though I have some prior duel experience. Look, you got your weapon. What I would need is armor. That's what's missing. I need him to dislike me. And since he's a cruel and awful character, which means if you poke him enough, then he'll challenge me to a duel. And I may get on losing him, but I want to press my luck. So, how about the classic? He takes little boys to bed, this Lord Mayor. Still an amateur schemer. Yeah, hates me because wrong government type. News cannot be worse. My wife suffered a miscarriage. Oh, I feel so sad. Plus, miscarriage? But I never impregnated her. I never impregnated her. We don't like each other that much yet. Does that mean she's got a lover? A secret lover? That was pregnant, I didn't know, and then had a miscarriage? And now she's getting sicker, as we see. Yep, it's getting worse. What if it's great pox? Syphilis would make sense. Oh, don't even start. How dare you? But then again, once you pass away, that claim will die with you. And to decide whether or not we should join the Hetaplites or just try to be as possible, because I do not want to be annexed by Truban, who are eager for revenge. Oh, I knew it! For some time now, my wife, Ekshid, has been avoiding me. She's not visiting my bedchamber several weeks. When I have demanded to know why, she's giving me nothing but feeble excuses. Today, I overheard a couple of servants gossiping. They says she's contracted syphilis. I know it! She never liked me from the beginning. I only married her because of her beauty. But somebody got her to me before I did, and may never know. She was pregnant and had a miscarriage, which I had nothing to do with. I mean, I could become kind and just say, "Oh, look, I'll take good care of you." You know, when you're kind, that lowers your injury. And personal comment. Plus, I never wanted the treatment of Hutton because distance-wise, I didn't see the benefit in that. Would love to have an ally with someone else, but we don't know who. But listen, I'm a reasonable man, so I'll just say, you shouldn't believe in everything you hear. Surely there's another reason. Don't want to imprison her yet. There could be of some use. If any, at all. All I need to do is just get him to dislike me a little. And then, get him to revolt against me, just him only, and no one else. Just take his land in a hurry. And then we win. They have yet to occupy Alexandria. We're strong militarily now to defend ourselves. But you know what? Yeah. I'll do it. We'll beat him for you. Well, I don't know about that, because the amount of are out there now. Oh, who is it? What crime? Is he backing up plot? He acted dishonorably towards me. Did he? What did you say about me? Attempted murder. Attempted murder to me? He tried to murder me personally? Okay then. He was envious. I don't know what he's gonna get out of it, but can't banish him. Actually, I do have a valid reason to banish him. You can't revoke his title, but we can banish him and he'll go off to some other country. Alrighty. Too bad I won't get the money. Now he went to Mawa, down in India. No contact. Good. He won't bother me again. Oh crud, it's my physician. Who's a drunk. I wish he didn't have a title. Wish he wasn't a Varam, so I could take all that money and use it for, I don't know, nefarious purposes. There's another way to try to get him to not like me. Drastically lower the opinion of someone in my diplomatic range about him. If they're selected target of my intrigue, in this case him, then I could proceed to pick the character I want to degrade the opinion. Designated source and next decision. You must have the game paused until destruct the following event to unpause it. Lose some piety if I were to do that. Like who? Because I've never done this before. Oh my goodness. There was successful treatment, but they blinded her. They're heading for bulk. Stop them. Let's see if our military can defeat them. Yeah, she died. Oh boy. Anyone with a reasonable non-aggression over certain areas that I would like. No. We already tried that. Having a non-aggression with them would prevent revolts. Good idea. Think about that a little later. That's the Houston over there. Yeah, but the problem is it's the heretic. I guess most particularly none of the princesses. Yeah, not sure. Ooh. Should look for these. Makes me want to be a real Zoroastrian instead of a Kurumaz with those kind of traits. But fortunately there is already someone who is lustful. Am I really that desperate for children? Oh, she's paranoid, but again, she's Zoroastrian, using as a heretic, attraction on the cove, that's just another problem. But I think it'll do. We'll get no non-aggression pack, and that's come from the Jamshid Empire. Almost not related. It'll hurt my prestige, but I needed children. Because I'm already 29 years old. Now let's see if we can get along. See if we can defeat these guys. Bubonic plague's finally gone from the world. Now the real problem with that is, well, how do we get rid of them? Because now they sit there. We have the strength, but do not underestimate the cavalry there. Mostly cavalry. Oh, come on. Now there's a Buddhist revolt. Only when called for, alright? It should not be hard to smear Doulun given his cruel disposition. Everybody needs to remind of his ruthless attitude. Hey, Chief! You're the most disgraceful. Oh, this is what I was worried about. Don't know the Kotas challenged me to a duel for honor. Honor, eh? Not to the death, right? But again, he's cruel, so the only respect or responsibility accept the challenge. As I said, I don't like this son of a beeswax, and I want him to, I don't want him to die. I just want him to be mad at me enough where we could just incite him to revolt and beat him in a war in a traditional fashion so he can get out of Sogdiana. But in case if I were to die, choose to vote. Who? Who would lead a country at this stead? In case I were to fall? I guess it'll be you, half-brother. You are ambitious like me, but unfortunately you're chaste, but at least you are impatient. And we don't mind you being homosexual, it's just your business. Again, just in case I were to fall. Now, to convene with my agents. Since I have high intrigue, I will use any means necessary to win this duel. And I'll become deceitful. Yeah, this'll do. See how do I get out of this one. Doulun is taken aback when I severed his leg from his body. Ekshid Fereedun wins, someone proclaims, and my opponent groans. I am ignoring the pain in my hand. I have suspicion it's going to leave more than a scar. It's all worth it. So apparently, I cut his leg off, but in return, he got my hand. And my sabotage had little to no effect. So, we really beat the heck out of each other. I took his leg, and then he took my hand. And since we're both martial skilled with additional health bonus, we'll live, but... Well, what's worse for a reduction of personal count? Leg is minus 30, one hand is minus 20. So, it looks like I came out slightly better, but it was all worth it. Well, there goes my hand, so now I have to use, as you can see, this axe here on my left now, since my right hand got cut. I'm sure some of you think I should be more shocked, but I'm kind of not. It was for honor. We're not trying to kill each other. We could fight again if we want to. And after all, he's a brawny adventurer, so that's why he got the best of me. And he had experience in hunting, but that has little to do with personal combat. So we're both severely injured. That's what we have in common. We like each other more. Somehow, this duel got us a little bit more respect between the two comrades. Yeah, right. I don't think it's wise for me to go out on the battlefield while I'm like this, so... Someone else is gonna have to take command of my stead. Dish of them. Here you go. They're just all infantry over there. We can deal with that. Let's spy on him again. Ah, here it is. Time to incite revolt. Okay, now we hate each other because we fought in a duel recently. it's like, yeah, we both got hurt. Yeah, that was a good fight. And then we're like, "Arr, okay. And you can't, go murder straight up. No, no, no. There are ways. Fortunately, Spy Master. What little money I have left, it'll be worth it. I'll probably have to borrow a second loan. Okay, I took a drink. Peddler Fereedun, the trade league has requested that I check on my progress. I cannot help but to notice that the construction of the settlement is not progressing at the expected pace. I can offer you some construction materials to assist in exchange for your assets. I already have a warehouse. You don't need it? Well, actually... No, won't be necessary. Go sell. You got plenty of wool, so go sell wool. Again, I want him to revolt against me. We have the numbers to crush him. I'm not taking personal command of my troops, so I can recover from my injury of losing my hand, which I could fight with my left. But the man won't fight better without his leg. Yeah, they'll be dealt with soon. Just return to Sogdiana. Now there's Hindus. They're having all kinds of revolts. Just be on standby. We've wasted enough money. Oh, he's got this terror now. Hope you die! In fact, I think the health is lowered enough that he could potentially die. And then this man takes over who is a pagan. He's not heir to anything else but to that piece of land, which is my land to begin with. Well, if that man dies, then I can't start a revolt, but... Listen. It'll be very hard to wipe out his entire family. I mean, that's something we just don't do. Plus, one of them's a Khan, so... At least the man will be a Tengri pagan. So... Was it really worth losing my hand for that? Well, I considered the stability of my domain and I started toying with an idea. How about addressing the local peasant leaders in one of the provinces to bend the truth to improve the stability there? How about telling a fantasy to mingle with true facts, sweeten the peasant's mood? If someone calls me for what I truly am, a liar, I consider truth as rumors, so better yet, let's call it fake news, shall we? It could work, because I am deceitful and I got pretty good intrigue now. Until I recover from my injury. Hey, at least the realm is prospering a little. I haven't started any wars. They're all defensive wars. While meanwhile, we're trying to start one. Here's the linen. Come on, hurry up. Get him to incite a revolt. There's an option somewhere. After a lively evening at court where everyone drank, laughed, and feasted, Arms, the doctor, and I were left alone in late hours after everyone retired at their quarters. We happily chatted for some time to hear the most diverse topics. As the servants prayed, we would dismiss them. Finally, as the fatigue started to show, I suggested we take on the conversation to the bedroom. No better way to conclude a day. A 50% chance that she would become pregnant with my child. Well, we don't know that. Especially that you call me heretic. Currently spying on him. Still. Hey, do you think I need weapon training again? Because, learn how to fight with my left hand? I'll consider when I raise more money and severely injured is gone away. I guess I did indeed. Very well, life. Right. Normal stability comes to Samarkand. This is the most peaceful and prosperous time. Boy, these Hindus are raving mad. Someone should go out and stop them. I know. I know who can. I'm going to be doing him a favor. After what seems like forever, the wound from my maiming is completely healed. Finally. I've recovered. How about you? Infection. Okay, he survived disease, but don't know if he can survive infection. Although he could, because, he's brawny. He's more resilient than I. Give me another loan. Not from the Jews. I would like to have some weapon training, so I could develop my combat range by training personal combat. While I don't know my true potential, at least I'll manage to understand the rudiments of combat, giving me a fighting chance on moments where my blade of my trusty sword, or Sogdian battle axe in this case, is all that separates between me. That all separates me between life and death. I've decided to invest a significant portion of my time to hone my combat skills with my left hand this time. My training can be approached from two different angles. Tough. Or is it though? Khosrow, duelist has come. He's a ruthless commander. He has no problem sacrificing his friends to reach his goals. This ruthlessness attracts the most fierce warriors to his cause. And he has situational awareness, which he's capable to be aware of the tactical challenges around him, prioritizing correctly to the most threatening ones. Well, let's see. The older I am, the higher chances for injury. I'm still in the prime of my life, or do a grueling schedule. I could expect faster results average, but bigger chance to suffer injuries. I will take my time and measure my effort. Just take it easy. I only have one hand, alright? Doulun has been turned into a limping cripple, yet he still thinks he deserves any dignity? Maybe I should make it clear to him how pathetic his state is. Do you want to have a cripple fight? No, he's just gonna be mad. Come on. Rebel, damn it. What are you waiting for? Let's go put down the Hindus. And you know what? Put me back in command. Because I got something to prove. Because I'm training in this Sogdia battle. See how different the position of the axe is? It was on right, now it's on the left. Because I'm one-handed. Oh, it's a peasant revolt. Not what I had in mind. Let's go crush the peasant revolt then. I have a son, but don't name it after my father. Sartosh, which is the modern Persian spelling of Zoroaster, which in turn is Zarathustra. Yes, name my son after Zarathustra Spitama. Which seems contradictory because of what I've been doing lately. Acting like a ruthless warrior. Though he's brave and proud, so he's more of a Sogdian Patriot than anything else. That's how I describe him. But the realm has prospered under me. But quite honestly, I think I showed the error of my ways, so I want to practice honesty, a virtue highly revered by Zoroastrians. We shall see how that progress goes in future. While I'm trying to get rid of this man. Don't want to kill him, just want him to rebel, so we can kick him out of the country. But the windy weather is getting to me. Turning to the sky, take a deep breath. The pompous soldiers of Barak have been sending the best of me, and my limbs are becoming heavier with each step I take. Remember, if I am struck down, he will take over the country, and he'll have to raise my son for me. Because, you know, vote for him, and then if you take over, vote for Sartosh. Keep my bloodline going. But I'll say, I don't think so. I'll duel him myself. Because I love my country more than anything else. Good day for a duel, I chuckle, hefting my Sogdian battle axe in my hand. Enough talking, my opponent growls. And Barak is lying face down in the dirt, as I see the tear a severe gash across his chest. I walk away victorious. Not a scratch on me. $200 some odd gold if you want. And he did not take it lightly. Well, too bad. You're in prison. You rebelled. You broke the law. That's the price you get. But I am pleased to hear that the period of peace and shrewd management in the County of Samarkand is doing very well. People are happy and the tax collectors are reporting record intakes. It's an enormous paradox, really, to see the prosperity of Samarkand, which not only adds more taxable, more levy reinforcement, Yeah, it seems rather contradictory that this is the most peaceful time that the Sogdian countryside has ever seen. And yet, in the court, well, you got a fearless man who's just... Basically, it's like, foreigners, migrants, get out of here! One's been integrated, the other is being exterminated because of his policies. And he's causing this province to be rebellious. So it's all sunny days in Samarkand, but not so much in Kotal. Why haven't you rebelled? Come on. Roads and tolls. Doc, my Hotok Xianbei approached me recently with detailed plans to build a road network in one of my domain provinces. The plans to develop trade and increase local taxes by I collect by placing special tolls on the roads, even if only cities will provide extra funds from this venture. This can be a boon for my coffers if placed in the proper provinces. Okay, the next phase will define the cost of this project. Contribute both from the Liege as well as Treasury. Treasure stewardship, increased chance of successes for the Liege, which is me. Factors including performance are stewardship education, which I don't have it. Nope. Nope. Oh, this isn't gonna work. I don't want to disappoint him, but let's give it a try anyhow. Go ahead with the plan. This is gonna end in failure. Don't make me come over there. Because I'd be willing to fight. My pious Moipat told me there's a very talented individual of low-born origins that can be a very fitting addition to my court. After letting information sink in, he proceeded to suggest I approach this character to know what he wants. Of course, asking a civil courtier to come to my court is not the most prestigious of actions. Oh dear. I don't care about lowborns. Again, I ain't the most pious man around. Because Zoroastrians don't like deceitfulness, but I'm trying to practice honesty. Trying to practice Asha. What are you doing? Get him! He's over there! Oh, the Hindus are back. The price of the venture. After much calculations, consolidation designs were done. There was finally a price for the building of provincial roads to be a reality. Now it's up to me to check if it's worth the cost. If it's 200, I ain't spending. Oh, 100, okay. The plan for the building roads was a success, which is a miracle, and the final price of the project was a regular value. What remains done is check if the gold is necessary to other more pressing matters or if the place will provide a good return on investment. The more cities in the province, the biggest taxes they pay, the better. Okay. Build it. You're screwed. How can he stand to look at himself in the mirror? I wonder, if Savannah struck up with such a grotesque and repulsive face, it is only good that, it's only so that the good people can make fun of it. Oh boy, made fun of the cripple. Prepare to lose a leathern limb. I don't wish to kill you. All I wanted is to simply get you so mad that you rebel, and then we'll kick you and your family out of the country. He's taken aback when I make his eyes bleed, possibly blinding him. Ekshid, Fereedun wins, someone proclaims. And my opponent groans. I'm ignoring the pain in my leg. But I have a suspicion it is not good. It's all worth it. We're both severely injured again. But I think I think he's done. Yep, 2 cripples went out in a duel. We're rivals now. Okay, stop antagonizing him. That's all I want to do with him. Make him hate me so. How much money do I have to throw to be convinced? Give me a loan. Never really doing any true trade league stuff. It's basically an excuse to get loans off of it. Where is it? No one? Okay. Maybe I should just stop this nonsense and, between the two of us, maybe I should go for family focus. Because I would like to have a little more children than just one son. Because we never know what genetic traits may pick up. Or alternatively, go hunting. Keep your martial up, but it's a good alternative for healthiness. Or just say things like, oh, I've been a bad man, and I like to go for theology, and, you know, and be a man of good thoughts, good words, good deeds. But the problem is it's money. Let's reestablish the smuggler operation. Because I have high enough, oops, wrong screen. High enough intrigue still, so... Again, I did what I could. And now let's just get... It would be good to have a little more learning, honestly. Theology. Because you may never know what events that you're going to get that requires learning. But I'm still moderately training. Just take it easy on me, alright? Because I just got a recent duel. And, it hurts. So I want to be a better Zoroastrian. But I'm not a true Zoroastrian. Keep that well in mind. You get the idea. A fairly entertaining episode. Maybe we should keep this series going on for a couple of more episodes. But this is the last one for today. And you'll see a little more in the future. But take myself off command until I am rested. Well, that didn't last long. Okay. Let's get back in action. Because I've become a renowned duelist. Increased sex appeal. At least my wife likes me a little better. Kind of need this because it's high enough for the levies. Gotta raise the army again. Get him assembled. Deal with them. Surprised you are not dead yet. Find an apprentice? Sure. Not gonna name one. Just wait it out. While training in combat techniques, I suffered an important injury. Time taken to recover caused a setback in my training schedule. Unfortunately, I suffered an infection. Oh, appalling stewardship, appalling diplomacy. Oh, not good. It's 3 of every... But I'm trying to be a good man here. I'm changing my ways. I've done a bad thing. So, let's go fight the Hindus and these guys. Now we have an average smuggler operation established, so we'll get more money. Since we don't get much income these days. I don't know if that's a good idea, fighting with an infection. But if there's an opportunity where I can get away from that duel, take it. There's a fine line between bravery and stupidity, and that's one of them. There's damn migrants that still live in Kotal, even though he wants to get rid of them. I stopped antagonizing you. Maybe insight the role can only happen when it's peace. Anyways, men from the tropical realm of Annam have come to me from afar. It is not exactly how or why they are here. Perhaps they are merchants or political refugees, but they wish to serve in the court. Ah, welcome them. I heard they make best noodle soup in the world. Where do you come from? They come from a land that we just described, and they are all Vietnamese. All Buddhists. Perhaps we'll make some use out of you. Yet. Well, we do tolerate Buddhists here. And to rejoice. Remember, once he's out of the country, this guy's next to get Vakharovac. Is there anyone that can count in this court? I've been looking for an apprentice to lessen my workload, but I am surrounded by oafs. There is this man, Wanwan, that approached me the other day about work. Perhaps it'll do. Yes, sir. Gain additional assets. Khosrow take over. Because our old commander just died. Ah, damn it. Damn it, good. Arrows! Arrows everywhere! Oh, my men shout as they point to the sky. A whole volley of arrows fly at my troops. So many that seems to be blotting out the sun, it seems. Brace yourselves, as I shout at them. I raise my own shield. Protect your heads, bodies, knees, any vulnerable spots. Watch your heads, bodies, and knees. Oh my goodness. My trainer. He died in battle. A duelist was killed by a simple Avar peasant leader. This is absurd. Oh, I thought you were dead. My mistake. Thought you died of old age. We're coming over there. Finish this damned war. This damned revolt. It's the damnedest thing we are ever damning. And don't worry, we'll be a free country. We'll stop paying tribute to them once he passes. Serious setback. While I was overseeing a particularly important shipment of stolen goods abroad, my smugglers were ambushed and my spymaster had to fight for his life. Unfortunately, the whole cargo was lost. There are dangers of bold operations. Well, his luck just ran out. Oh hey, the apprentice trader. You're gonna be my new spymaster. Of course, I gotta cause this son of a beeswax to revolt. There. That's it. No more problems. Are you sure there's not an option where you can, like, you're trying to cite this man a revolt, but are you sure there's not an option that you could do that? Other than as to say, who else wants in on the plot? There are many mysteries in the Kurma stuff. It might be interesting to spend some time delving into the old text of the Gathas. I will dedicate more time to reading this scripture, because I'm trying to be honest. Try would be an understatement. I'm finding it mostly defensive wars. Oh no, what are you doing again? Oh no, different issue. You are going for the Ducal claim for Gaz. He'll say no because he's rebellious. Despite all this, what do the other vassals think of me? Oh, well, do not forget, you're suffering infection. They all dislike you no matter what. They all want to get rid of you. In the past few months, I've been spending many nights reading Agathos. The text contains many items and wisdoms and also gives hints to the most important mysteries of Weshpaka. These sacred texts illuminate me. There's a high demand for wool. Hey! Somebody wants wool? We'll give them wool. Send it in. Made a little profit. Now we just gotta wait for this infection to go away before I can do my own business. The condition of my smuggling operation brought change, also the change of income source provides me. Now it's a large smuggling operation, making more. I don't know if that's gonna work. Or we could tell them, hey, don't revolt, or else. The Antioch earthquake at 526. A powerful earthquake has struck the ancient city of Antioch. It caused severe damage to many of the buildings. Most damage, however, as a result of fires that went on many days in the immediate aftermath of the earthquake. Worst matter when, death toll is massive. We don't know what to think of the enemies much, since we'll never ever interact with them, but as a show of goodwill, we'll just say, hey, we're going to send you some money for the Antioch Fund. It'll make me feel more pious. Maybe the clergy will respect me more for this. Come on, you son of a beeswax, rebel. I mean, we can revoke it, and it's another alternative, but the other vassals won't like me because they'll say, hey, that's tyranny. Oh, no, not. Maybe we can't rebel because he's still stuck in that war. Okay. I know what to do. But that's going to have to wait in the next episode, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry to disappoint, but we will keep this series going on for a few more episodes because this is a pretty entertaining so far, you know. Despite the fact that body parts are flying everywhere and infections and all that, and yet if they can't kill him, food poisoning won't kill him. Well, who's going to stop the rivalry between the two? Sogdiana's most insane rivalry. Even though it's been largely peaceful here, but yet it's just two men who really dislike each other. Only because of he's the guy who raided the countryside and then he settles here. In which we're happily to take the funds, which we spend it on the military to help increase our levies, and then we're gonna go beat him up. And then he beat him up, and he lost a hand. Well, he lost a leg. And I got severely injured again. And there are infections, and yeah. Nobody likes a good cripple fight unless it was meant to be. At least my son doesn't know anything about us until he gets older, knowing what I've been doing. But I'm trying to change my ways. I'm going to try to be a good monster. Be a good devoted to Weshpakar and all the other gods. But I will be. Once that bastard is gone. But it's going to happen in the next episode. Reclaim Kotal, and then retake Bakara. So we hope to see you in the next episode, ladies and gentlemen. But until then, so long for now.